my story time, and that's when students at the American University of Sharjah go around looking for interesting stories and personalities in this multicultural country. Most children leave home at the age of 15 or 18 to go abroad and study. However, that wasn't the case for Olumide Fagoma, who left home at the age of 10 to go to boarding school. He now tells us his story.
Going to a boarding school in Nigeria is a pretty common thing. Over 70% of Nigerians send their children to boarding school. It's not like it's a compulsory thing to do, but because parents work and they don't have time to stay at home and get guardians for their children or maids to take care of the kids, so they mostly send their children to boarding school at a very early age. And also, boarding school is kind of important because especially for the male children, it teaches them how to live without depending on their parents for a long time. And at an earlier age, mostly it teaches some people even how to cook, how to save money, how to interact with people, make social lives, know other people's behavior, have friends, know how to make friends, and also etiquette. They can contain over, let's say, like in my boarding school, we had over 1,000 children, 40 people in one room. Boys, basically, because it's separated. Boys in one dormitory, girls in one dormitory. But then we share the same hall, we can come downstairs and interact and play with each other and meet each other, make friends and all. I went to the boarding school at the age of 10. It was my parents' idea to send me to the boarding school, just like every other parent's idea. Because my mom was working and I wasn't with my dad at the moment. So it was basically I and my brother that grew up with my mom. So we were sent to the boarding school, but different boarding schools. The life in the boarding school is very different from the life at home. Because in boarding school, you eat in the same hall with like over 200 people, because it's both guys and girls in the same hall. The foods are really small. It's not like home where you can eat and eat any amount you want, your mom's food. These are basically foods that just, how do I say it? Well, it depends on the boarding school you go to, but my boarding school, it's not like the food were basically like a prison's food. Very small, it doesn't look that healthy, and they have timings. Breakfast at 7, lunch at 2, dinner at 7. You miss it, you miss your food for the day. You miss the dinner and lunch, you can't do anything about it. And also in the boarding school, there's a matter of respect. No, you have to respect anyone that's a class higher than you, even if the person is younger than you in age. But if the person tells you to do anything, you have to do it, or you get punished. And trust me, you don't want to get punished. The best part of boarding school is we live with our colleagues. I lived with my colleagues. Fun, we play around during weekends. We play football, we have a lot of things to talk about, you socialize, so many things different. It's not like home where you can sometimes just stay with the same couple of friends, group of friends. In the boarding school, there's a variety of people to make friends with, interact with. You learn from your seniors sometimes good things. You study because we have to prepare where everyone studies. We have to study at night for like 3 hours. And we have a GPA requirement. If you go below the GPA in the boarding school, you get punished. And the GPA was 3.0. The experience in the boarding school changed me and made me who I am now. Independent, hardworking, and also makes me know who to socialize with and who not to socialize with. Well, repeat the boarding school experience, obviously, I don't want to go back in time. It's a fun experience, but I don't think I want to repeat it, because there are also so many things you don't want to repeat, the punishments and all those chaos that happened, fights, small food, and I like to eat too much, so yeah, small food, and all those things. But life at the boarding school was so much fun and interesting.
Ala Adam at my story on the campus of the American University of Sharjah, United Arab Emirates. This story is archived on enewsmcm.